Hey y'all, we're talking about a deeper level of forgiveness today. Deeper forgiveness. I did a video on forgiveness a while ago and it's called just forgiveness. And it's basically about how there are three parts to forgiveness. Forgiving the person in and of themselves, forgiving what they did, the offense, and it may be many offenses, offense or offenses, and you can list every single one. Forgive every single one, and then you forgive the consequences of what happened, all the way up to present day. So that was kind of a synopsis of forgiveness part one. But I want to go to a deeper level. If you're still feeling like, you need to go deeper or there's something you still need to be released from, then this video may help you. So let's just start out with the fact that if you know the scriptures and you know the Lord, you know that Jesus Christ is omnipresent. Omni means all, present means there. So he's everywhere all the time. He is there. He's fully present in every situation, in every place and time. Okay, if you need scriptures to back this up, we have Psalm 139. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from you? Rhetorical question. You can't. You can't flee from God. He is everywhere. Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every single place. There's nothing you can do that can ever be out of his presence and his observation. And then Jeremiah 23:24. Can a man hide himself in hiding places so that I do not see him? It's a rhetorical question. You can't. You can never hide from the Lord. Revelation 14:10 talks about the wrath of God and the presence of the Lord in hell. How can he be in hell? People think that, hell is separation from God. It's not separation from God because there can never be any separation from God. You're either under his wrath or under his grace. And people in hell have rejected the grace of God. They have blown him off and they have chosen to be separated from the grace of God. And that's salvation. The only other place is to be in the wrath of God, and that's in hell. And the wrath of God, God is present in his wrath in hell. Psalm 46:1 says, our God is a very present help in trouble. He is ever present. Whenever we need him to be our refuge, he is there and he's ever present. So we never can say, I'm alone. God isn't here. He forgot about me. No, he's right there with you. Every moment, everywhere, every time, every place, whether you remember him or not. And so this includes physically, his presence, spiritually, geographically. There's no place you can go where he's not there, and there's no place in time that you can go where he is not there. He is in every place all the time, fully present. So that means he's in the past, he's in the present, he's in the future, all at the same time, fully present. He's in your memories, he's in your thoughts, fully present in your feelings, fully present in every single wound of your heart, mind, and soul. He's there, fully present. So fully present in every situation, in every molecule, in the entire universe from before creation until eternity. Okay, you cannot get away from him, and this is in time and in space. So let's just put this topic in that context, okay? So if you still need to have a deeper level of forgiveness, these are some things we need to look at. What's happening is you'll know you need a deeper level of forgiveness if something in the past is causing you to react in any way, shape, or form at any level today. If something that happened in the past is causing you to react today, you need healing for it. All right? The problem is that the child you, not the adult you today now, but the child you, the little younger you that was wounded years ago, still needs to forgive. That child or that teenager needs to forgive so that you can fully heal. Well, you may say, well, that child is me and I've already forgiven, so it's already over. Well, That's true, but you may not realize that when you were wounded as a child, that wounded part of you at that moment in time froze. That part of you arrested, is stopped. You've heard about arrested development. Well, that part of you stopped developing at that moment, and it is frozen there. That's how you can still be triggered today when something similar happens, and then you end up in your adult body responding in a childlike way or a childish way like that little girl or little boy did, because you're stuck there, you're frozen there, you've arrested there. And we can, in the Spirit, in the name of Jesus, go back and retrieve these parts of ourselves that are straggled and stranded all in the time dimension back there. So let's say, for example, let's say when I was 7 years old, I was scared, really scared by a clown mask. Okay? And I've always hated clowns since then. I just hate clowns. I won't look at a clown. I'll never go to a circus. I just hate clowns. Okay? It's taken up some space in my life. It's taken up some real estate in my life, this fear. So today, because they still scare me, when I see clowns, I am still 7 years old. I'm seeing the clowns through the lens or through the eyes of that 7-year-old little girl. I'm still responding in this adult body right now to that incident that happened to me many years ago, because I still hate clowns, even though I know they'll never harm me. They're totally harmless and I'm totally safe. I'm still responding. So the adult forgiving is good and fine. But the child, going back and letting that child forgive, is much deeper. And if you want a full cleansing or a full healing, then you can do this and it will clean house. The Lord loves it when we clean the inside of the cup first. He loves it. Okay? So when that 7-year-old little girl fully forgives this person who scared her with the clown mask on, she's not going to be afraid of clowns anymore. She won't be afraid anymore. The wound will be healed. So, let me just say this before I give the rest of the, flesh out the example. If there's a memory that is too uncomfortable or too painful for you to go back to, you can take Jesus with you. Jesus Christ. He's here, He's now. He will go with you back into a memory if you're too afraid. He's omnipresent in time and space. You can also go back to the memory by yourself and ask Jesus, where are you in this memory? And He will reveal Himself to you in the memory where he was and where He is still. He'll show you where. And then in the memory, you can go to Jesus and stand there with Him, or you can run to Him and let Him hold you, or you can hold His hand. And you can give Him all of your fear, your anger, your hurt, your offense, your trauma, the rage, everything. Pour it out into Him. Everything. And as you do that, He will take that, and in exchange, He will give you the power to forgive while you're in the memory, while you're that little child. And that will set you free from the pain of that wound. If for some reason you cannot forgive, then just give all of the feelings that you have and all your responses and reactions to Jesus, and give the person to Jesus. And then ask Him to heal your heart as He sees fit. So let's talk about the little girl and kind of walk through what she would do to get healing if she wanted to get deeper healing. So with Jesus, if she's too afraid to return by herself, she can take Jesus with her. And she's going to return to that memory when she was 7 years old, being terrorized by a clown mask, okay? So from her 7-year-old self, she will forgive her younger brother, who was the one behind the mask. And she found this out after she was scared. He took off the mask and she said, "Oh, it was only you." But in the moment that she was terrorized, that moment, she imagined this big, scary person behind the clown mask, which gave the clown its persona. And that was the whole point of it. That was where the fear came in. but it was only in her mind. Okay? So she will forgive the brother, her little brother who did this, and she will also forgive this imaginary big scary monster that was behind the mask that wasn't really there. She will forgive the fear that the brother introduced her to. She will forgive the deception he presented. She will forgive the harm that he caused in her heart. She will forgive herself for allowing him to scare her. She will forgive herself for holding on to that fear all these years. She will forgive the lack of trust that her brother created in their relationship. She will forgive him for not being the brother that she needed. And she could also forgive all the clowns in the world for seeming scary or causing her to think that they were all scary at that time. Also, familiar spirits enter into our lives and hang out around our souls through the lies we believed, through and believe today, and the pain and the hurt we felt, and our own reactions to a situation and the conclusions that we made about it. So the little girl can also ask the Lord if any familiar spirits entered her life at that time, and to find out if she needs to renounce them and cast them out in the name of Jesus, because that's how they enter. And so we actually don't realize that we invite them in. And so we invite them in and we can make them leave. It's very simple. So, but this process is how to go and retrieve the wounded parts of you that have frozen or rested in time, all the way back to when you were little. Each time you do this, the childish behavior for that particular incident that you've experienced when similar situations occurred will stop. It'll just stop because it will be healed. This is because you have healed and retrieved that frozen child, and you've brought him or her up to where you are today as an adult. That little child was frozen in fear or violation or abandonment or rage, and that child couldn't come up and catch up with you as the adult you. But this process allows them to come and catch up because they're healed. Okay? So in this way, you can gather all the fragmented parts of yourself that linger back in time, and you can bring them all up to today to join you in being the adult that you are now. This is how to experience more wholeness in your soul and how to greatly decrease the pain that you're living with and trying to numb through different things day to day. And so in this, you're cooperating with Christ in healing your heart, healing your memories, your relationships, your life. And when you do this, over time, you'll be more effective for His kingdom, and you will be less of a target for the enemy. And that is my goal for you, to be more effective in the kingdom, to maximize your effectiveness in the kingdom, and to minimize your being a target for the enemy to mess with. Okay? So I hope this is helpful. This is just a deeper level of forgiveness and how different parts of you get frozen in time, and that you have the authority to go retrieve those parts, because those parts are you, and you can experience a greater level of wholeness. And so I invite you to participate in this. The Lord knows all about it. Just ask Him. Be open. Don't put Him in a box. We put so many limitations on the Lord, and when we do that, we really can't get to know Him very well. So this is just a way to get to know Him in a more, at a deeper level, in a more intimate way. Okay? I hope this is helpful. You guys can leave comments, and you guys have a great day.